Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if this thing's working. Let's see if you guys can hear me this time. Can you hear me? Let's see. Can this video be heard? Last time we're having a few issues. Give it another shot. Tech issues galore. Let's see. Okay, should be able to hear me now. I can hear myself, so we should be good. Let's post the link to the new video in Discord, and let's try this one more time. Sweet. I'll delete that other one from my YouTube. So, if you're jumping on this one or what I'm doing, I have a new mic, and actually I think the mic is not, the one I'm using is not actually the one coming through, so do excuse the probably poor audio on this video, and I will fix that in future streams. I've got to figure out why my system is not running like it should. Let's do that. Why things are not working like they ought to. Fix that. The struggle is real when you haven't been streaming for a long time, and then you come back and you start trying to do stuff and everything's not working, and you're like, what in the world? Videos live. So we'll go to that one, and we will just delete this old one that we had that was not working. Such a shame. So I'll delete that one in a little bit. So what's up, guys? Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with the channel. Thanks for staying subscribed if you're staying subscribed, and if you're a new subscriber checking it out, welcome. Or just somebody that's checking it out that hasn't subscribed. I've been away for about 6 months. I hope you guys have been doing okay. I haven't been away. As far as I've still been trading, I've been in Discord, been much less active, I think, than I have in the past. What happened, and I'm just going to jump into it, so I don't, because obviously I couldn't even get my sound to work a second ago, and Stream was not working, or Streamlabs, what I used to stream the stuff, was kind of jacked up earlier, and I didn't get my intro imported, so I'll just say cheers to you guys. Hope you've been surviving and trading well, and have been doing good in this difficult market. I'm going to talk just really quick about where I'm at, some of the stuff I hope to be doing with the channel, and you know, all that kind of stuff really quickly. And I'll make it a quick video tonight. I do want to start getting back into streaming, into kind of creating content and kind of documenting, I guess, my trading journey as it was with you guys through YouTube and through Discord and stuff. I think it's helpful to me, and I think sometimes it's helpful to other people. And I've been getting away from it because, one, I wasn't burnt out per se, but I was just over, you know, very busy. I had, my wife was in the third trimester of her pregnancy. CT and I kept trying to get together to do a video, but he was doing work, and so the always plan was just to do that next strategy video, which I'm actually just going to go ahead and do, I think, on my own, coming up pretty soon. Because I still have all of that for the strategies and how I look at them, and obviously some stuff has evolved if you've been in Discord and stuff. So I'll be tying all that into it pretty soon. But I'm trying to come up now with how I want to go forward. The schedule for me going forward, I generally have, now that my daughter is a few months old, she was born in December. I don't think I had been streaming now since November probably, so I've had a good amount of time to kind of take a break and kind of sit back, and now I kind of want to get back into it and kind of begin to, but if you jump in too fast, you'll burn yourself out. So I want to kind of start getting back in and get a feel for it, get a feel for what you guys would like, and then get a feel for the direction that I want to go with the channel and how much stuff I want to do. If it just wants to be the nightly shows, which I think I'll probably do lives just when I'm live, because I'm going to start looking at stuff during the night and kind of getting ideas for where things are at for about 30 minutes each night. So I will probably go live. I might do that in Discord. I might do that on here. Same thing with the band is back. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out and coming. and then I might do stuff that I cut at noon. I usually am mostly done trading nowadays very early. So when my kids go down for a nap, if my wife is going, our problem is our daughter doesn't like to nap very long at the moment. But if she did, I might start cutting shorts around noon or 1 o'clock for a trade review in the morning. What I looked at, why I took trades, why I didn't take things that were set up, and I might start kind of mixing some of that live stuff into there. So I've got ideas, and I'm still going to do the strategy videos like I said a second ago. But it's just been because of having the new baby, because of having the time that it takes, well, with all that, with 3 kids now, and I just decided to take a break, and I always kept wanting to get back into it, but it's like when you stop, it's kind of like stop working out, when you stop training and then you want to get back into it, you're like, oh, do I really want to go work? And so a lot of times when you're tired at the end of the night, or your kids aren't sleeping good, or different stuff happens, you're just like, am I going to do this? And so now I do plan on getting back into it. I'm still here, I'm still trading, still very active. So thanks for sticking with me and with us, and hopefully in the next month or so I can kind of figure out a schedule, and I'll start streaming a couple times a week, and then also do maybe some actual live video or non-live videos that I'll just pre-record, make content for, cut it, and put it out during the day and evening, so there's stuff out there so you can see how I'm viewing days and how I'm trading. Yeah, Ryan, I still do options. I haven't transitioned to common. I trade common and I trade options. It kind of depends on what I'm doing that day, what I'm looking for, what I want my risks to be. So generally, I'm still mostly an options trader. I mostly still get them. For the most part, they still work. I have begun to, as we'll talk about in some of the future videos, zoom out a lot more, and trading on larger time frames, as far as I'm looking for moves that are setting up on a 15-minute and an hourly chart, and then we'll zoom in for entries, like for instance, just because we were looking at Netflix today, oops, wrong button, because you're looking at Netflix today, if we saw this was yesterday, and then today, right here. So if we were looking at Netflix early, we actually took one of these and didn't take the other one, or I didn't anyway. So, I'm looking at this on a larger time frame. I actually took this breakout here off of the 8 and then got stopped out, and I actually jumped back in, and because I was late I didn't call it, but I scalped the money I lost back here into this. But I'm still taking setups off of 2-minute time frames, 5-minute time frames, and I look at it from a larger time frame, and then I'll zoom back in to a shorter time frame to find my entries. But I'm looking for stuff setting up on a longer one, and if I think it's going to happen quicker, I'm doing options. Especially early in the day, I'm doing options. As the day kind of goes, if I'm looking for a slower move, I'm like, we're just consolidating, I think we're going to break down, and I want an exact stop on my money, like I only want to lose this much, or I want to put this much in. With these targets, I'll switch over to common. I think common's probably easier in this market for sure. I mean, if you were looking for something in here in common, you could have, if you bought a breakout, you'd have a pretty easy stop. You could do a pretty easy defined stop. You could be like, okay, I got in here, and my stop loss is going to be here, so I'm going to have a $2, $3 stop, and I'm looking for it to get back to day highs. Well, by the time this happens, your options can be, not very high. So if you're looking for that longer play, a lot of times a slower move later in the day, midday, I'll switch over to common, let's say at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, earlier, but prior to that, I'm trading options. I still find them useful. I still like them. That's just me. I'm not saying that's the right option. I'm just saying that's what I do. So that hasn't changed. But I do trade more common now. I'd say instead of being 99%, I'm probably 80% options now. Yep. And depending on the names too, like names that are $300, it's hard to, you have to have the buying power depending on your account. Most you get 4x. So, if you got a $400 name, you need $100,000 in your account. even with the Qs or something like that, or the spiders, so you would need, 75 or whatever, $1,000 to be able to trade this. So as long as you can do that, if you're looking for 1,000, if you're looking for 500 shares or 200 shares, it's a little bit different, but just depending on, how much of a move you expect to make, where you think it's going to, so stuff like that kind of determines what I do. But for the most part, I'm still options, but I like common a lot more nowadays. It's definitely growing on me, and I may switch over to it completely at some point. So yeah, I think the main focus of tonight isn't to get anything too serious, too crazy serious, other than just to say I'm back. I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to start cutting time out of my days, whether it's in the afternoons or at night for some live shows, and just making this a regular part of my routine again. I think doing stuff like this at night helps me look at where I was at during the day, things I missed, things I didn't, and then setting up for the next day and what I think could happen. And I think there's a lot of benefit to that, and I want to start doing that not only for, the guys I trade with and that we trade with, but for myself. I think it'll help and make me a lot better. Dude, Con, I'm pretty much there too. I've cut out most hyperscalping, to be honest with you. The only hyperscalping I might do is taking now a percentage off very early in a trade. Or if I hit it and it runs right away, which doesn't happen a lot. Yep. Good job, dude. You're really growing. If you're doing that and you're sizing down, you're seeing stuff better, you'll have to, congrats. It's amazing, and I've kind of found the same thing. You start sizing down, you start, that's actually a pretty good time frame. I would say that I'm probably in your range now too, as far as my average time. I probably have about a 3 to 10 minute, depending, time frame. I've been in some trades for an hour lately. I've had multiple trades that have lasted an hour, which is something I never used to do, just because it's like, well, I know where it's going. It's doing this. It's eventually going to get there. So, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you've continued to grow, and JR's been helping you and pushing you. JR is incredible. He knows what he's doing. He's definitely a pro. Let's see if this isn't what this comes out of. He's definitely a pro. He knows what he's doing. So, I'm glad that you've been able to make the switch in this market and freaking kill it. So keep doing it. And to other people who are trying to learn and stuff, that just goes to show you can, anybody can do it. And that's what I've been focusing on, is changing a lot of my strategy. So the way I see stuff and the way I read tape is the same, but what I'm looking for is like on larger time frame moves and trying to see the big picture. And sometimes that means smaller size, holding, waiting, and I've found that I can make more or just as much doing that as I can hyper scalping, like just consistency, waiting, relaxing, seeing the picture, kind of like what Kelly does and did if you go back and watch show 40, and seeing stuff like that, just being small enough in that size that you can take those positions and you can be in and you can be out. So I personally I have found it to be very, very successful, a lot better and a lot more relaxing doing that. Being able to hold through the pullbacks is killer and king. So I'm glad you guys are growing, and I think that doing this and talking about it together and what we're all seeing, what we were looking at when we take trades, why we took them, holding, proper size, are all things that I want to talk about and kind of get into in the future. So I just wanted to come on tonight. I know I keep saying, hey, I'm going to do it. We're going to find more. Dude, just way more relaxing. I don't have to stress. Like, I'm literally sometimes drinking coffee, sitting back here. I've got my daughter bouncing around. I can't be sitting here like clicking and doing this. And she's like, I got to be able to do it like this. Sit back and like click and do this. And wait and zoom out, and I got 4 time frames, and I'm watching stuff with small size. That's what I've kind of got to be doing. So improving and growing is key. I don't think it's as easy for everybody as it is for some people. It's not easy for me. There's a lot of times when I lose early that doing that stuff gets harder. I'm like, you really kind of want to lean back into tilting, so and hyper scalping. But I do look to do that, and we're going to talk about some of that in the future. But I just wanted to come on tonight, guys, and said thanks for sticking with the channel. Thanks for hanging out. And if you're in Discord, obviously you know I'm still active there. You know, I'm still a trader, but just I got away from streaming. I do want to get back into it, and it's going to kind of be my focus over this next month to kind of make streaming more a part of my trading plan, and helping myself kind of grow and get better with it. And new office, if you can't tell from the room I was in, it's in no way done. I literally moved my desk up here this week. So new room, new office, I'm going to be building out, so you'll see stuff change behind me. But I am tired, so I'm going to be getting to bed. I had a golf game today, and I like to get up now at like 4 or 5 o'clock to go work out, because it's a good time to do it, and it's going to kind of be part of my new routine to help me like stay in shape and be able to do content. I need to be able to train in the morning, not at the end of the day. So I look forward to kind of sharing this journey with you guys and getting back into it, kind of getting back into the swing of things here. So do bear with me, and we will continue to grow. I'll start posting stuff again, and we'll get the YouTube stuff going and the Discord stuff kind of going again. And we'll do what we can to help the people who want to grow and who want to kind of take this journey with us to get better and to improve. We'll encourage each other, and not to brag and boast up the numbers of what we trade, but to help us kind of get better at this art and this skill. So it's been a wild week. It was a fun week. I don't want to sit here and talk about it, but just I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be doing this again, the whole streaming thing. And I'll see you guys on Monday. And hold me to it. Hit me up if you have questions, if you have show ideas and different stuff like that you'd like to see. I've got a list of things in my notepad here planned. But if there are certain questions you have, you can always ask them on shows, or if you message me about something, I'd be glad to kind of do stuff around it and talk about that. So hopefully we'll have some fun guests in the future, and I'll kind of be able to just get back into the swing of things. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Thanks. If you're watching, leave a like. It does help. And subscribe and all that kind of fun stuff that I have to say. And I'll get my my intro and all the other stuff kind of set back up on this channel. You guys are the best. Love you guys. And I will see you all bright and early on Monday, ready to trade. If not, on Sunday. Later.